Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Atta Girl Kelly. It is Celebration Month. If what I have planned for Celebration Month is occurring. You've already had quite a few videos. Hey, if not, you didn't hear me say that. Atta Girl Kelly is a 1967 television release about a seeing eye dog in training. It is directed by James Sheldon, cinematography by William E. Snyder, editing by Norman Palmer, music by Franklin Marks, and is written by Albert Aley. The film stars William Corcoran as Danny, Beau Bridges as Matt, and Arthur Hill as Evan. This looked great to me for the 60s and for having like found it, you know, and watching it. So I'm sure it was aired on TV when we had VHS tapes and someone recorded it on a VHS tape and then digitized it. So I think for that, it looks really good. And it had good movement and all that good stuff. This is obviously broken down into like 3 episodes and was stitched together. I'm sure a lot like a lot of Wonderful World of Disney movies back then. The first episode is a young boy named Danny raising Kelly from a pup. It is very sweet. It was really hard for me to watch Danny have to give up Kelly to go on to be a seeing eye dog. The dad was such a turd. I really was not about the dad at all. He like didn't think what Danny was doing was worthwhile. And I'm like, he's literally raising a puppy to become a seeing eye dog. Like, what? And then the second episode follows Matt training Kelly, and they have the difficulties of, like, Kelly was really attached to Danny, so they think she might fail as a seeing eye dog because she keeps wanting to go back to Danny, and if she's like that, then when they finish training her, will she even want to be placed with a new person? And, like, transition to having a new home again and doing the work. Matt really loved her, though. Beau Bridges did a great job. We'll touch on that a little bit. I loved how much they worked on her and how much they got her to grow and stuff like that. I wasn't totally crazy about like some of the portrayed training. I don't know if that's actually how they were doing it back then, but I would not recommend that now. And then the third episode is all about Kelly and her struggles being placed with Evan. Because Evan really is having a hard time accepting Kelly as his new dog because he had loved his first seeing eye dog so much and she passed away. So he's really struggling with that relationship with Kelly, so they might fail and have to place Kelly with someone else. But then he like turns around and is like, no, I want to work with Kelly. I want to make it work. And he's so awful in the beginning to Kelly, kind of, and then he really comes around and is like, no, like Kelly deserves me to be better. And then they really make it through. And like the scene where she keeps him safe during the live wires. Oh, so good. That was a very good scene. Beau Bridges is so young in this. I don't know why I expected him to be like a kid, but he was an adult, and that's crazy to me. I didn't realize how old is he? Hang on, let's look it up. Beau Bridges. 81! Why is that shocking to me? 81! He's such a baby in this movie. Not the only Disney movie he's been in. Can someone tell me? My favorite part is probably when Kelly passed the test and was ready to be placed, because we were like working up to that. We really thought that she would fail when she heard Danny or was like, you know, hearing the bus or whatever, but she passed, and that was the best part. My least favorite part, probably Danny having to give up Kelly. It's so sad. I hated that. Or another part, but I'll talk about that in a second. Recommend. I think I actually would recommend this. This was pretty decent. For at least like one watch ever. I don't think I'll ever watch it again unless someone's like really wanting to watch it with me. Then I'd be like, yeah, all right, sure. It was good. But I would recommend it. I think it's pretty decent. Like at least for one watch. It's very cute. And then as far as like some specific things, the intro of Walt Disney being guided by Kelly to his office, insane. So crazy. I was like, here he is being guided by a dog. How long did it take to film this? Like, I think about that. I'm like, how long did it take to film this? Did he have any practice with the dog? Is he like totally lying? Like, I don't, you know, just like so crazy. And then, I don't know. Like, it's so fascinating to me that he was like the one doing that, which like is touching, I guess, but it's just like the one introducing the movies when he had like, you know, bigger movies going on. And he was the one introducing all these television movies. That's like crazy to me. He must have been so busy. Like, he just must have been the busiest man. The training itself, I kind of touched on already, but I feel like there was a lot in the movie of like wild gesturing to the dog, and dogs are very sensitive to body language, and they definitely like more often than not learn visual cues faster than they learn audio cues. So like him just trying to wildly gesture at Kelly during training, I'm like, she's not gonna understand that. Like, what are you doing? Like, you have to like associate it and just all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't know if that was accurate to how they were really training the seeing eye dogs back then or not. I have no idea, but it was interesting. And then the part of this that like really broke my heart, as well as like Danny having to give her up, there's a side story of another blind man being placed with a dog, and he like was really skeptical about like having a seeing eye dog, and he's very new to being blind, and it was like all this kind of stuff, and he gets placed with a dog named Robin, and Robin ends up failing with him so she passed all the tests to be able to be placed, and then she ends up failing with him because there's like a car accident. She gets really scared and runs from him, and that is an issue, and automatically like fails the dog, which is really heartbreaking. I am friends with someone who all through college helped train service animals, and like she would take them home and be working with them, and then like one would fail. It's so heartbreaking when the dog fails at training. It like genuinely, because like the dog has been picked from birth to learn all this stuff, and then has learned all the stuff most of the time. Like, has learned everything, is so smart, so good at the stuff, and then it's like the one thing will fail the dog. Like, it's scared of loud noises, which it can't be because it's leading a blind person. And if it abandons the blind person, that person is screwed. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be affected by that kind of, the dog can't be affected by that kind of stuff. It's just, it was so sad, especially because the guy had built a bond with her and was like, I don't care that she's got scared, I want to keep her. And the people who are providing the seeing eye dog is like, you don't understand, that is a risk, that is a liability on our end, like you could come sue us for something happening to you. Like, it's just so heartbreaking. So like I was really feeling for the man who had bonded with Robin and like wanted to keep her. It was his dog, but also heartbroken for Robin because then she's just gonna go like get a home, and she worked her whole life to try and like be a seeing eye dog. It was so sad. I didn't cry during the movie, but I'm getting a little worked up now. Overall, I do think this was decent. It kept my attention. I was very invested in Kelly's success and also Robin's success. But it was super long. It did feel kind of long. It was a longer movie. I think it was like 2 hours, but it was the 3 episodes altogether, so makes sense. But otherwise, it was good. This is everything. That's everything I have. My final rating is 6 dogs. And I feel like she was a German Shepherd, so probably German Shepherd. 6 German Shepherds out of 10. Our total movie count is. Parent death toll and cry count are still the same. If you want to keep up with Movie I'm Watching When, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. You'll find out Movie I'm Watching When. I put out videos every Monday and Friday, and sometimes Wednesday, though lots of times during Celebration Month. Join Patreon this month only. Every tier gets benefits from the tier above it. So if you join the $1 Pluto tier for this month, you get daily trivia access. So go, it's $1 to go have fun. Trivia. There are some really hard ones. There's some easy ones. There's some all kinds of multiple choice. Get on over there. Buy merch. There is new merch. I'm not wearing it. Don't ask. Because I don't have it yet when I'm filming this. But there is new merch. Go buy it. I'm sure there's some kind of sale I did. It'll all be there. Go buy it. There are so many Easter eggs on the new merch. If you can name what every reference is to, I'll be so impressed. Go for it. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'm not in charge of your life. You are, so do you. And don't be freaking Danny's dad about it. Ugh. That's okay.